Welcome back, guys, to today's episode of Flag Your Week, the podcast that dives into the issues affecting young Nigerians today. My name is Rana, and joining me are my co-hosts Samuel and Faith. Are you guys good?
Yeah, we are good.
Are you guys excited today?
Very,
because this
very
topic is a very
excited,
exciting topic.
You can see,
Excited and angry at the same time.
Faith is already coming with
The
violence.
topic is pepe.
So today's topic, we're asking the question, and we want you we want this to be an interactive section, so you can always message us on our social media platforms. Today's topic is, because let's say it at the same time. Because this topic is deep.
I will see it.
Yeah,
I'd
later.
like to two of you to see it.
Oh yeah, Faith, let's do
you know,
this. The topic is the Nigerian educational system a scam?
His name is Scam. And my B is Scam.
It's a scam.
So let's start with the Nigerian educational system. Let's start with the education. We have the 6334 policy that was initiated by the former Minister of Education I think from 1985 to 1990, which is 6 years in primary school, 3 years in junior secondary school, 3 years in senior secondary school, and 4 years in the university.
That was before.
Don't worry, I know where you're coming from. 6334. Now the question I want to ask you is, that 6334, is it working?
It's not working.
I thought you
It's
were...
no. For sure, we'll oppose now. We'll oppose one for some ideas. I said that there's some things you will say that there's some things you see will oppose, and there's some things you will say will agree. So this 6334 is not working because number one thing that is affecting itself is this ASU strike.
I want to
That's
ask
the
the
first
question.
thing.
The question is it working? Like, it's working. I think it's working. We have countries that are doing this 6334.
But
No,
if I'm talking
we're talking about Nigeria.
Germany.
Mhm.
It's working. The question I want to ask you now is the 634 working, or the idea of you read and wait for exam? Do you understand? We have different things. We have WAEC. That is what I feel like the problem is not the 6334 policy. It is the WAEC policy. Because when you do things like IB and A levels, which is meant to be the equivalent of the WAEC A levels, you start doing things like tests, essays. So you just don't wait for exam, because there are people in this country that are not good with exams. They don't know how to, so that's the question I'm asking. Is the 6334 policy working? I feel like the idea was good, but is it really working in this country?
The idea of 6334 is 6 years in primary school, 3 years where? Junior secondary school, 3 years senior secondary school, and 4 years in university. I guess the 6 years for primary school and secondary school can say they work perfectly. 633. But the other 4, it doesn't work perfectly because you won't go in Nigeria now. The expectation you'll be getting that will go to school and graduate after 4 years is not there for any students.
Actually, I agree with
Nobody.
Samuel. It's not working. If you say, okay, I can say in primary schools, you can hear when like our niece will come home and our nephews will come and say, we're having assessments, we're having this. Okay, before the exams, they'll give them this assessment of what they've learned, like at least refresh their mind.
Yes.
Or not. So we can say it's working in the primary schools or
And
in
secondary.
the... But you see, university, they will even when you're supposed to have test and exam, sometimes now the way the calendar will get all rushed up and they'll not tell you they're not doing test exam.
It becomes rushed up
They'll
because
mix
the
test and
academic
exam together.
session is in scrambles because of the ASU strike.
That's what
So they have to meet up with
the calendar. Realign their calendar.
Now the problem is we need to even divide this in the university into private and government owned, because even in the private university there is a problem with 4 years not being 4 years or 5 years not being 5 years, because private universities are more interested in money making than in the actual learning of their students, because most private universities don't even do summer classes anymore. You feel because you're coming back, it's always,
and you pay for
and you're going to pay for
private
extra
schools.
like. So they're only, you don't really care about, like, the Nigerian educational system is abysmal. Do you know that over 10 million people are uneducated and not in school in Nigeria? We're the highest in the world.
Some people even believe that school now. Those are
That's
schools
the
are
record.
scam.
The
Because
highest
I will
reward.
come out and I will make my money somehow in business. Because definitely it's not even what you learn. You come out and practice. See, the whole thing is, imagine you finish reading in a Nigerian university system. That's why trying to compare Nigerian university system with other countries. I feel other countries go ahead or go better.
I want to give a perfect example of IELTS. They don't rate us because Nigeria is an English-speaking country, but we're still expected to write IELTS to go to their country.
Exactly.
We speak English. I speak English better than some of them. So why do I have to write IELTS to prove I speak English in my language?
How dare they call us Wakanda? You understand?
Wow.
See, I feel
Like, all our English are
outside, but the way they assess them according to what you understand. You come to a class, lecturer will obviously pour out what is in his head, his experiences to you. It's meant for you to give him back what you've gotten, what you understand. But no, some lecturers will expect you to give them word for, like I had lecturers then that wanted to give you word for word the way his material. Exactly.
Again,
word for word.
Nigerian
If you don't give them
educational
word for
system.
word, you're failing.
And
Uncle,
it
it's not my brain.
You guys, we
it's
have
not
so
my
many
brain.
things to talk about, and we'll be back shortly after the break to discuss more.
Mama said, you don't need no interception. You are perfect because of your imperfection. Anywhere, any direction, where you go, say, never beg for no affection. Melo ni mo fẹ́ sọ, in detention, they won't put me under pressure. Wọ́n fẹ́ pọ́n kan tí mo fẹ́ sọ, but now I got people waiting for my next. Some just they tell me right on, no be say na me do pass. Baba just decide to give me true pass. He look my life and give me 2 chances. And as I'm up on I don't, but still I know 2 gas. I know they go to church, but I know 2 jazz. Now you say I'm living good life. Cause many things, many things. I know say I'm small, but my eyes don't see. Many things be like I cross 7 mountains and 7 seas. I still they insist, okay, I know they resist me. I don't hustle, now the cash no contain my jeans.
Welcome back, guys, and we're still on today's topic. It's the Nigerian educational system is scam. Let's start with what the government can do or what they aren't doing. In 1978, an academic union of universities was funded to help the universities. In 1978, since 1978 to 2023, we've had more strikes. Is it working? What is the government doing? Because I want to ask you a question. UNESCO said when in a proper country should put a budget of 15 to 20% in education. I want to ask you, in 2018 budget, guess how much was put into the Nigerian education system?
Please shock us.
Less than 10%. 7% of the budget went to the education. I feel like the government don't realize they went to education, like 7% of the budget. 7%. And UNESCO says at least 15 to 20% should be given to education.
And now they are bringing student loan law.
That one is absolutely pathetic. You've not, now they say they can't even fund universities. What were they doing before? What were you not even funding universities? What are you doing?
Exactly.
That's not Lighthouse. What are you doing?
Because they're just going on strike because of pay.
Do you know that in Nigeria, this is why they don't rate us this thing. In all the universities we have in Nigeria, only 6 are credited in world university ranking. Only 6. So the rest of us, what is happening? No, seriously, what's happening?
Why?
These are things that I feel like the academic in Nigeria is lacking. We have universities that are not even funding research. You see universities like Harvard, they are funding research. That is one thing Unilag has over students.
Exactly.
Am I school covenants? And we're around to you guys.
That's why you brag. But really, talking about research, they say okay when a student is in their final year and they bring these very amazing topics. Sometimes you just the lecturers just want to chook their name inside, probably for their PhD or something, and they want to do it with you, and then you end up even doing more of the petty work, and they'll just do the. But the school is not really coming together. So, okay, this topic can be a fantastic. Can be a fantastic push for us. Okay, let's fund. It's nothing like that. You end up suffer and one lecturer just come and partner with you and prove for PhD, and you spend a lot. So I agree that we don't do anything regarding research.
We talk about how bad the educational system. Let's talk about the good. The people, because Nigerians, they're so amazing. They're smart. They're everywhere.
Actually,
there's no sector in the world that you will not find in Nigeria.
I agree with
Nigerian are being
I
praised
saw
outside
that
now.
we are the third non-European country that studies in the UK, behind China and India. First of all, Nigeria, China and India, you can't even compare them in terms of population. Their population is in billions, we're in 200. I read that, and once I read that, I wasn't happy. Because why are Nigerians going all the way to the UK to study? Because the educational system is crap
In that
here.
country.
Even in Nigeria, we put people that studied abroad above people that studied in
in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
True.
Actually, you see
True.
somebody
True.
who we okay, probably the person will start the 633 and then go out to do the other four, and we come back to Nigeria probably to do youth service or something, and then they will give them, we don't even go back, they will give them jobs that way high above
Just
us,
because of
whoever.
they went out to study.
Yes, you get it. But I feel like Nigerians, no matter the limitation, no matter how the educational system is not really so favorable to us, we go the extra mile.
Yeah.
So people go to take
And actually,
extra courses online,
the educational
to
system in
improve
Nigeria.
themselves. You get improve themselves. Some of them
You
go
see
to
so many-
scholarships.
They produce
You
a
see
lot
so
of-
many,
they're going to
you
come back
see
with
so
their
many
knowledge.
tech people, they didn't even
Also.
study this in school, but they've literally moved into tech, they moved to other things, they study because they realize that, oh, the fact that I studied in Nigeria most times is I'm already at a disadvantage. That's honestly how I see it. You're already at a disadvantage. Because again, they think when you want to go and even put your job listing, first of all, when they even see in Nigeria, they've already put you aside. They don't even give you a chance because one, they just assume you don't speak English here. Like when did that rubbish even start? Like let's even be
And then
serious.
they will ask you, where did you school? What school did you attend? Stuff like that. You know, when you go for interviews,
You see,
they
when
ask
you
that
maybe you
question.
put some like maybe do some online things and you want to put schools. Most Nigerian schools are not even there.
Yes, actually, when you're trying to build up your profile,
Yes,
you're trying
most
to
Nigerian
build
schools are not
Nigerian
there.
schools are not there. But I think that Nigerians we've tried our best to not let our passion for learning and education die.
Nigerian educational
Like I said, we
system.
produce a lot
I
of
say it
good
all the
students
time.
from Nigeria.
Nigerian educational system most times is only good for the people that are willing to go the extra mile or the people that are ridiculously smart. Nigerian educational system most times don't even think about the people, the special needs people. I'm not sure since it was, I think after I left secondary school and stuff, I started hearing things like dyslexia. There are people that do not know how to, like, do we have the needs to actually help these people, autistic people? What are we doing as a country? Are we actually a joke? Because the educational system, are we actually being serious? How long was the last ASU strike?
Like,
People post
Yeah.
even if
It
you
was
post that they
last
graduated, they're all
year.
saying thank God after how many years? 4
Last
years
strike
became
was
6
last
years, 4 years
year.
became 7. It's embarrassing. We say we're the giant of
Giants of
Africa.
Africa.
We're not even top 10 proper educational system in Africa. Let's not even go to the world. Africa. Nah.
I think
It's
there's
the
a lot-
Nigerian educational system.
there's a lot.
Education is not a scam. The Nigerian educational system is abysmal. That's it. That's all I have to say. Education is not a scam. No one should think education is a scam. But the Nigerian educational system, again, it's abysmal. Thank you guys for today's episode. We've learned so much. I've put so much information, and this topic definitely is close to home. Welcome back, guys, to my favorite segment of this show, Flag Your Week. I'm going to flag the new proposed bill.
Wait, you always say your favorite segment. Say our favorite segment.
I don't know it was your favorite
Yeah,
segment,
you
but I
said
always
because
say
all of us, we
I
all love you.
talk about
Just
myself.
I
They
didn't
all
speak
love
much.
you.
I didn't speak much when we were talking about
We all love you.
No vex, okay.
education
We all love
system
you.
in
No
Nigeria.
vex.
So
Idon
let me
Samuel,
even go
no
first. I
vex.
want to flag something.
Our favorite segment.
Go first.
You guys, I want to flag the proposed school loan bill. This government has said this bill. I want to point out the bill and tell me if this bill makes sense to somebody. a barely person that has sense. The one on the bill is you have to earn less than 500k a month. Now a laborer that is earning 2k per day is earning more than 500k a month. 2, you're meant to be any 500k. You're literally a year. You are the poverty bracket of Nigeria to earn 500k. At the same time, you're meant to come with level 8 civil servants. So many rules. I'm asking myself, if you're earning less than 500k a year, how do you know all these people? How will you get a guarantor that is level 8 or 9 in this city? Like, can it be for real? And if you don't pay that loan, you're going to be arrested. Do you know there's the arrest?
Plenty people.
What is happening?
So I just said, then if you know you are going to make it this way, why don't you just
Don't
take it
bother.
away? Don't bother.
It feels like it's just like we are doing something. Let's do like we are
Let's
doing
be like
something.
we are
You're not doing
doing
anything. You're not doing anything. Because that bill is
Like when I first
Because-
heard about that bill, the first question I asked was, is it compulsory? He said,
It's
no.
not
I said, nobody
compulsory.
should.
Then nobody should go.
no like
Because
that doesn't make any
there are people
sense.
who doesn't who really don't make up to this 500,000 a month, but they try to survive. Because some schools there's schools like if you're in school, there's a system that if you're the scholar of your department, school actually pays you some of money. And without the kind of money that people are using to put themselves through school.
Yeah, even my
Because
school.
that is
Even in my
striving
school,
to read so hard.
we had a fund from our founder. So like really people like there were a lot of people that were on that fund. I knew so many people, even friends that were on that fund. So apart from the school fees, they also give you like maybe little like token, like just like take care of yourself in school. It was really nice.
And people who are smart can do scholarships, especially the piano. Like people who are striving
That's-
to go.
I was paid when I saw that
schools,
that deal, and that's all I'm going to flag today. I have nothing else to flag about myself for the first time.
No,
Yeah,
just
for the
like
first time.
something now.
But really,
That was the bill. It does not have anything to do
Really?
with me. I finished school.
is
Yeah,
it?
it's true, it's true.
I'm just
But
saying that
really,
I saw that
incomes.
bill, and when I saw that bill, I rolled my eyes because I was like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
How are you poor? You're not gonna find level 9 or level, I think it was level 10.
Who even answer you?
Like to give you so they'll come and arrest the
And
person.
Carry as guarantor.
No, no.
Really?
Please, you guys have anything to flag because
Yeah, I
I'm
want to
tired
flag
of this country.
something. I know we've been flagging about Nigerian doctors, nurses, the hospitals and everything. I still want to flag again.
What
Like-
did they do to you?
Last week, this week, not last week, same, this week. Like, my sister called me. Like, my mom had something she had to do in the hospital. She was going to go through a minor surgery. So she went to the hospital. They told her the date to come. They agreed on everything. Okay, getting to the hospital that day, guess what they said? There's no light. They should come back next week.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, are you serious?
Like the Nigerian health system will not cease to disgrace
Like, the
us.
health system is just like, are
I'm
you
still in
serious?
shock. They said there was no
They
light.
There was no light. You didn't have backup chains or something. What if it was a life-threatening situation?
Wow.
Is that how you leave my mom? Like, my mom should just die
Wow.
for no reason. Now I'm now wondering why people just die mysteriously in Nigerian hospitals, and they will say
Wow.
this, that. It
And
was
the
just
hospital will
shocking.
start saying it's not their fault.
Yeah.
They will not look for what they didn't like that was not even there and say that's what killed the person.
Like, it was just so,
Like,
so
no.
sad and at the same time
Please.
so funny.
Flag it. We shouldn't forget to flag it. When you have situations like this, flag it up is for you. And if you have anything as a young Nigerian affecting you in this country, use the hashtag flag it. Use it on our social medias on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and we will discuss it on this show. And if you have any issue that you need any agency to address, use flag it on our flag it app and the issue will be taken up ASAP. Please guys, don't forget, please use the hashtag flag your week.
Thank you, Samuel and Faith, for joining me and giving your amazing insight in today's episode. And most importantly, I want to thank our amazing listeners for joining us in today's episode. We'll be back next week with another insightful episode. Until then, remember to reflect and flag your week.